Yo, what is up guys, Z-Karma here, and welcome back to another board math video here in Borderlands 3. Today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new artifact called the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge. In this video I'm going to be doing a full breakdown of this artifact to show you exactly how it works and how to calculate the damage that it's going to make you output. So before I get into this video, if you guys found it informative or helpful in some way, a like rating is always appreciated, and if you want to subscribe for more Borderlands 3 content, that'll be awesome as well. So anyways, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. This artifact is a consecutive hits artifact, which is just like the anointment. It works exactly the same way. Any source of damage will grant you some stacks, whether it be dot damage, self-inflicted dot, the driver comm. As long as you're doing damage, you're going to keep these stacks. It doesn't matter if you miss. So for example, damage is going up, I'm going to miss, keep shooting, and it's still up even though they're not exactly consecutive hits. Because in fact, there's a small second window in which you have to keep doing damage. So like I said, the damage does not matter. If you're reloading and there's a dot currently on the enemy, you're good. You're going to keep those stacks. So basically, it works exactly like the anointment, except there's two major differences that makes this artifact so much better. So the first one being that it's an artifact. And the advantage of that is that it applies to every single weapon. And additionally, you can switch weapons and keep the stacks. For example, base damage on this weapon is 1857. Base damage on this one is 458. So remember, base damage on this weapon is 458. Let's switch to this one, shoot a bunch of times, switch to this one, and we keep the stacks. So you can see we started at about 500. And the second major difference is that this is multiplicative. So it's not going to be additive with other gun damage bonuses. It's actually going to be multiplicative. So if we read this, we're going to assume that with 1% increase up to 15 times, that is 15%. But that is not the case. Since it's multiplicative, we're going to take 1.01 because the base damage is 100%. With the 1% increase, it turns into 101%. So we're going to take 1.01 to the power of 15, giving us about a 16% increase to our damage once we reach those max 15 stacks. So, if we take the base damage of this Nighthawking being 458, that means that after 15 shots, our 16th shot will have a 16% increase, giving us about 531 damage. So if we shoot this target, we get 531 damage right there. Moving on, it says that at maximum stacks, we're going to add an additional 20% damage. Now there's two ways to calculate this. I'm going to show you two ways, and whatever is easier for you, you can use that one. So first off, you can keep aside the 531 damage. Just keep it on the side. Then all you do is get 458 times 1.16. You're going to apply this again, times 1.2 for that 20% increase, which is going to give you about 637.536. And what you do is add that to that 531, giving you a final number of 1168.536. So if we keep shooting, any damage after 531 is going to be 1168.536, and as you can see, 1169 right there. So that's the first method. The second method that I'm going to show you is a little bit weird, but it actually works. So it was brought up to me by one of my subscribers. What he said was that maybe this is wrong and it is a 120% increase. So 120%, not 20%. Because if we do that, then we just take 458 times 2.2, because a 20% increase would be 1.2, but a 120% increase would be 2.2. So 458 times 2.2 times the 16% increase here, which would give us about 1168.8 damage, which is basically the same as 1169. So basically, this second method brings you the exact same outcome from the first. It's just a little bit less complicated. Now let's explain both methods with one build. So anyways, I have a build going, and let me list the amount of buffs that I'm going to get. So first off, we're going to get a 45% increase in damage from personal space. We're also going to get the 16% damage from the artifact. And finally, we're going to get a total of 140% increase in gun damage bonuses that are all additive. These include 100% on actions go end, and 40% from wrath, 20% base, and 20% after actions go use. So that's a 140% increase to our gun damage. Now when we multiply all of that by 458, we should get about 1,849 damage. So let's go ahead and use our action skill and see the damage that we get after 15 stacks. Use our action skill, and then we finally get 1849. I don't know if you got that, but that's 1849 damage. Now let's calculate what we get after we add an additional 20% damage. First, I'm going to show you my method, which got a lot of people confused. This is actually a re-upload, and let me explain how I went about it. So I kept the 1849 damage to the side. I just left it alone. And now we just calculate the extra 20% added to that 1849. So what I did here is get the 458 multiplied by the personal space bonus of 1.45, multiplied by 1.16 from the 15 stacks, and then we excluded the gun damage bonuses because they were already applied initially. And at the end, we multiplied by 1.2, which is a 20% increase from the artifact, giving us 924.52. We added that to 1849, gave us about 2,774. And if we use our action skill and we shoot this guy, we end up getting 2,773. So that's the method that I showed yesterday, which works. It gives you the exact same outcome. It's just that people were getting a little bit confused because since the second time around in calculating, I was excluding the gun damage bonuses. People got very confused and people thought that this wasn't included at all, and they thought that this artifact was just useless because of that. But the fact of the matter is that the 1849 initial damage that we calculated already includes all of this, so we're not losing out on anything. So now let's apply the second method brought up to me by my subscriber, which his theory is that this is wrong and it's actually a 120% increase. So we would take our initial damage of 458, multiplied by 1.45, and then multiply by 1.16. And then we get all our gun damage bonuses, which is 100%, and then 40% from Wrath. So that is a 140% increase, which is 2.4. And then we also get the presumed 120% increase here. So we added to the 140% already established, giving us a total of 260% increase. So in this case, we end up multiplying our formula by 3.6, which ends up giving us a final value of 2,773.2816. So if we use our action skill and we shoot this dummy, we end up getting about 2,773, as you can see right there. So anyways guys, that is how you calculate the damage provided by the Pearl of Ineffable Knowledge, and as you guys can see, this provides you with insane amount of damage. It's just an amazing artifact. It's the best artifact in the game. You actually get it from Claptrap just by playing the story. The only problem is farming it for the perfect perks, but honestly these things don't matter with how much damage you're doing with this. I'm telling you guys, this artifact is just the best in the game right now, so make sure to equip it, use it in every single one of your builds, and you'll see what it's capable of. But anyways guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Borderlands 3 content. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.